The PlayStation story began in 1988, following a partnership with Nintendo to develop Super Disc, a CD-ROM attachment for the Super Nintendo console. The partnership between Sony and Nintendo failed, so Sony saved the concept and turned it into what would later become the PlayStation. Thus, the PlayStation was launched in Japan in 1994 and in the United States in 1995. It used CDs compared to its main competitors Sega Saturn and Nintendo 64, which used cartridges. CDs had much slower loading times than cartridges, but offered 700 megabytes of data compared to 64 megabytes of cartridge storage. Thus, this allowed game developers to offer more content in their games, giving up development for Nintendo and Sega and moving to Sony. The PS1 used a 33 MHz RISC-based processor and a GPU designed by Toshiba, making it possible to transition from 2D to 3D graphics in real time. Also, the saves in the game required the use of memory cards, which had only 128 kilobytes. PlayStation was originally shipped with basic, non-stick controller and force feedback technology. Thus, Sony launched its first DualShock controller in 1997, which had sticks this time. Some of the most important games released for PlayStation include the Wipeout series, Final Fantasy VII, the Tekken franchise, Gran Turismo 1 and 2, Metal Gear Solid, Ape Escape, the Spyro the Dragon series, and the Crash Bandicoot franchise. PS1 was the first video game console to sell over 100 million units worldwide. In 2000, Sony released the PS1, a redesigned, thinner version with the same hardware specifications. It had a separate 5-inch LCD screen, turning the console into a portable one. PS1 has sold 28 million units. The PlayStation 2 also came out in 2000 and had a completely new design. It is the best-selling video game console to date, being delivered in over 155 million units. Its main competitors were Sega Dreamcast, GameCube, and Xbox. Inside, the console had a single-core processor clocked at 249.9 MHz, 32 MB of RAM, 4 MB video RAM, and the ability to install an optional 40GB hard drive. PS2 used DVDs this time and could play both big games and movies. It was also the first console to come with USB ports, and game saves were still made on 8 MB memory cards this time. Also, the console came with DualShock 2, which had a new black finish and more compact buttons. PS2 ushered in a new era of sandbox-style 3D action gaming, and games like Ratchet & Clank and God of War became the best-selling instant. Some of the following titles have been released exclusively for the console: Grand Theft Auto, Final Fantasy, and Metal Gear Solid. A network adapter for the console was also available, which allowed users to play certain online games such as Final Fantasy XI. 4 years later, Sony released the PS2 Slim, a smaller, quieter version with a built-in Ethernet port. In 2006 came the PlayStation 3, Sony's most expensive console. The model with a 20GB hard drive cost $499, and the 60GB model $599. The PS3 was the first Blu-ray console to come with Wi-Fi. The PS3 also introduced the PlayStation Network, which allowed users to connect to the internet and download games or use YouTube or Netflix. The PS3 also launched the Sony PlayStation Plus subscription service. Inside, the PS3 had a 7-core cell processor clocked at 32 GHz, an NVIDIA RSX 550 MHz GPU, and 256 MB of VRAM memory. The PS3 came with DualShock 3, a wireless controller that also had motion detection technology. The best-selling PS3 games were Grand Theft Auto V, The Last of Us, Gran Turismo 5, Uncharted 2: Among Thieves, and Uncharted 3: Drake's Deception. The PlayStation 3 Slim was released in 2009 and was smaller, lighter, and quieter than the original. The console was redesigned, had a new logo, and the glossy finish was replaced with a matte one. The slim PlayStation 3 version had a 120GB hard drive and a new processor. The PlayStation 3 Super Slim was launched in 2012, and one of the major changes was the modification of the optical drive system. PlayStation 4 came out in 2013 and has sold over 110 million units worldwide, making it one of the most popular video game consoles in the world. The PS4 includes a 500GB hard drive, a Jaguar-based octa-core processor, AMD Radeon graphics, and 8GB of GDDR5 RAM. The console is similar to its main competitor Xbox One, but the PS4 offers better AMD graphics, faster RAM, lower price, and a good range of games. These games include exclusives such as The Last of Us, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Gran Turismo Sport, and Ghost of Tsushima. However, a disadvantage of the PS4 was that it did not support older PlayStation titles, which was in contrast to the Xbox One, which offered compatibility with previous versions of games. Sony has also introduced a revised DualShock 4 controller, which includes a trackpad, a light strip on the back of the gamepad, and a share button so users can quickly share screenshots and videos. Sony later released two versions of the PS4, PS4 Slim and PS4 Pro. PS4 Slim, launched in 2016, offers a thinner, more compact design and has rounded edges. The console is quieter and comes with some new features such as 5 GHz Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.0, and USB 3.1 support. PS4 Slim was available in 500GB or 1TB. Also in 2016, Sony launched the Pro version of the PS4, offering much faster CPU speeds, improved graphics, and support for 4K games. PlayStation 5 was perhaps the most anticipated console. It was released in 2020 and competes with the Xbox Series X. The PS5 has a black and white design with curved edges and futuristic blue light accents. Inside, the console is powered by an 8-core AMD Zen 2 processor and a custom GPU based on AMD RDNA 2. It also has a fast SSD to improve game loading times. PS5 supports 4K graphics at a refresh rate of 120Hz, 8K graphics, and 3D sound. DualSense is Sony's new controller for the PS5 and is amazing in every way. It is ergonomic, has haptic feedback that simulates touch, and shoulder triggers that can simulate resistance. The PS5 is available in two versions. The standard model comes with a 4K Blu-ray disc drive for $499, and the digital version for $399, which has no physical drive and is based on digital downloads only. The PS5 also has reverse compatibility with most PlayStation 4 games. Some of the most anticipated games for the PS5 were Return, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Spider-Man Miles Morales, the remake of Demon's Souls, Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil Village, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and many others. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video. See you in the next video.